Welcome everyone, Costin here with a discussion about Age of Mythology Retold. World's Edge and Microsoft have announced the Chinese DLC, a new Pantheon. We knew this was going to be coming, and we can see a bunch of details over here in the trailer that they put out there. A bunch of myth units, a bunch of human soldiers, we can see some form of ballista over there, and, well, some really interesting environments over there that they are showcasing. Now, what I'm curious about with all of the stuff that we're seeing here is how much of this is like stuff that, they're obviously putting for just the trailer, and how much is it stuff that we might actually see during the course of a campaign. So yeah, new boats, all of that kind of stuff that is out there, and that really looks like a Titan. On the Steam page for Immortal Pillars, we do get a single screenshot over here showing us what looks to be barracks, some gates, some various units, like a flying unit, a Titan. Pretty sure that is a Titan. No myth unit in the game is that large, and if it is a regular myth unit, that is a really, really big one. Probably a Titan. That would be my personal perspective on that. So yeah, we do get that bull with multiple arms over there as the Titan for the Chinese. Now, what's interesting here is the details that they do provide. So, summon the fierce goddess Nua, command Chiu, the bull-headed god of war. So he's going to be the Titan by the looks of it. Call upon Nuba, the relentless bringer of drought. Control the skies with Ying Long, the mighty flying rain dragon, and experience so much more. What I am curious about is which of these are actually going to be the major gods, with the exception of Nua. And by the way, Nua was part of the previous Chinese DLC for Age of Mythology Extended Edition. Makes sense that they would keep her. Pretty much all in line with expectations over there. So over here, from the start, we see what appears to be a vermilion bird. I would be very surprised if it was anything other than that matches the description. It looks like a vermilion bird, at least when you compare it to other online images that you see of a vermilion bird. And I gotta say, like, some of the environments that they're showing off in this trailer are really, really good. I'm wondering if they're only environments designed for the trailer itself. Now, over here, I believe this is a temple. The reason I say that, we got the scholar over here in this situation. We have that column. I don't believe it's a house. Don't believe it's anything else. I think a temple would make the most amount of sense with this. Unless it's a campaign-specific structure or something like that. We do see another scholar, I think it is, over there. Not quite sure. And then we see a unit of cavalry, maybe some elite cavalry. We do see a monument over there, or a statue of a god, I guess. And then a cavalry. I'm not quite sure what it's riding over there, but yeah, just some cavalry. We do see Chinese cavalry on horses, but I'm really curious about that. Like, is that some elite unit? Is that some kind of hero? Hard to say. And then we have this shot. We have, what is that? Like, we see some myth units, two different kinds of myth units. We see snow leopards. We see Chinese foot soldiers, sword and shield over there. We get to see some cavalry and more buildings over there. Pretty sure these are just houses that you're seeing over here, so these would make sense as houses, and then probably some villagers there at the very end of it. Now over here, so these are tigers. Well, winged tigers. I'm not quite sure what the name is, but more myth units that we can see over here behind them, behind those tigers with wings. And I would be surprised if this wasn't like some hero or a campaign hero. We'll see on that particular subject. But I gotta say, like, just these environments like that they're using in the trailer, really wondering how much of this would be, maybe this is the antagonist. And the one you're seeing right here is like, it's called the Headless God in Chinese mythology. So yeah, we're seeing like it could be a Titan. Like, maybe we get different Titans dependent on the major god. Hard to say. Now, I just want to scroll back a bit here. So, because we do actually get a very quick shot over here. Some very important stuff. So you get to see a ballista and what appears to be, I don't know what it is. Is it a trebuchet? It doesn't look like a trebuchet to me. Doesn't look like a ram. But this is actually going to be important. I think it's some siege equipment, but it's melee. The reason is because of what we're going to see later on in the trailer. But we see bowmen. So let me just move a bit further over here, so we get to see Chinese archers. So no Chukonus, and we also get to see maybe a general, maybe a hero, horse archers over there. Gonna be interesting to see how, what age these guys are in. But yeah, these are clearly archers, not crossbowmen, not Chukonus. And then we get to see this major naval battle over there. So this is probably a siege ship, just like the Egyptians, the Greeks, all others do have. So this is probably a siege ship. And then you get the arrow ships as well over there. Like, let's just go back to that particular scene. And we're seeing a battle, not quite sure on the detail over here, kind of hard to tell it, but it does feel like two titans are fighting each other. Then we get to see, what is that? Like, I understand, like, there's a bunch of these myth units, a destroyed fortress by the looks of it, a destroyed forest, yurts? Probably. Like, those look like yurts to me. Over there, and we move on. So maybe that's like tents, probably just, tents right there. Then we get to see what appear to be two titans, unless the Chinese have really big myth units. But these two, I'm sure, are myth units. They appear to be turtles with snakes on top of them, like turtles carrying snakes. Not sure what that is in Chinese mythology, and yeah, we do get to see two. Pretty sure those are two titans over there. And then again, this vermilion bird. Really lovely environment over here. Just get to see more detail over here in this particular environment. So in this next scene, we get to see some Chinese spearmen and what appears to be either a campaign or skirmish hero, light cavalry, different kinds of units over here. We do see those siege engines in the background, villagers, and these are spearmen. Like, we see spear cavalry, light cavalry by the looks of it, various spearmen over here in the scene, as well as these wooden oxes. And I'm reminded of Zhuge Liang's invention, the wooden ox. I'm pretty sure they're basing it off of that. That likely is your caravan unit. Now, over here in the scene, I just want to point out, we get these Chinese swordsmen with swords and shields, and then we get another different unit over here with a different shield, different armor, and we see halberdiers. Unless it's an upgrade for the spears we saw earlier, it's likely we'll have both spearmen and halberdiers, though it could just very well be a weapon upgrade, and this is a higher tier version of the same unit. And we get to see this flying human over here, whatever that is. And then we get to see this bull myth unit. This is not a Titan, though it does look similar to the Titan unit, gigantic unit that we are seeing later on. And then we get to see more myth units and a battle. These are not trebuchets. You can see that they're engaging in melee. Not quite sure how these are, what these are, how they're working, but we see a bunch of myth units, a tent, scout tower, or tower by looks of it, barracks, as well as different myth units in the background that are ranged by looks of it. Vermilion bird using its firestorm ability, different villagers. This is a god, so this is likely a Titan unit. And over here, so we get what appears, this might be a hero or swordsman, though it doesn't have a shield by looks of it. Or maybe just the camera shot is obscuring that, but what's important here in this scene is this is a cataphract. So this is a sword cavalry, as you can tell. Like, we can even see the spear cavalry over there. So this is obviously higher age, so probably champion units. And we can even see like a god power, looks like a meteor over there that's jumping in. Jumping over there, and we're seeing these kind of different units fighting each other. And yeah, no, this is a hero. like I think the hero we saw from earlier fighting over there. Naval battle, so those turtles with snakes on them. Dragon turtles? Who knows? They're a hybrid unit. They can walk both on land and on sea by looks of it. Village over here. And yeah, you can see that it is on land over there. So we see an accumulation of naval units right there. And then moving on into this scene, just let me go over here. We can see a bunch of ship destruction. So it's the same scene as earlier, just continuation. And we can see that these are 2 titans by the looks of it. Nice destruction over there. Would be interesting if that actually did happen in the game. Oh, Titan falls down, does a lot of damage. Different human soldiers fighting over here in the background. And this appears to be a hero. But there's another hero right in front of him by the looks of it. So it's like, yeah, 2 different heroes right here fighting each other, just a bunch of human soldiers. We can see a bowman, we can see a halberdier, probably an upgraded one right there. And this pillar, interesting what this pillar represents. And that would be about it. Age of Mythology Retold, Immortal Pillars. It will be interesting to see how all of it plays out. I'm hoping for a decent length to the campaign, to be quite honest with you. But we will see when it comes out, how it's going to be, what kind of quality we're going to get. It's interesting that it's mentioning World's Edge in the trailer, but not Forgotten Empires. Just a little tidbit over there. So I guess World's Edge is mostly in charge of this. Costin signing out.